Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for joining me on the Angry Truth channel. So, today's video, we're going to talk about the enemies that are already popping up. Now, the enemies are people who are against us, guys. Those of us who do not want to get vaccinated. Those of us who are questioning the vaccine. We are right now looked at as being the enemy. But in turn, they are going to be our enemy. They are absolutely going to fuck us, rat us out, sell us out, do whatever it is that they can because they think they are doing God's work. They think they are they're doing their part. I told you before, you're going to hear that more and more, that you should do your part. We're doing our part. You're going to hear that. And they are going to start recruiting people to rat those out who are not vaccinated and or not wearing a mask. That's popping up now. People are ratting each other out. Well, he's not wearing a mask on a plane. Guy falls, listen, there was 2 incidents this week alone where people were supposedly not wearing a mask and where a 2-year-old who was eating wasn't wearing a mask. And both families were kicked off the plane. One lady was arguing with the stewardess and the stewardess told her to put the mask on and she did, but yet the stewardess, I guess, didn't like her reply or whatever and kicked her off the plane. Listen, I know some of you are stewardesses, but if you're one of those asshole stewardesses, I don't know what your problem is. I've seen stewardess, after they gave them that ultimate power after 9/11, they some of these chicks, they just power trip. I mean, straight out power trip, and I know some that don't. But anyway, in both cases, the stewardess was power tripping, for sure. Now, our enemies are going to come in the form of friends, family, co-workers, right? They're going to be people that we once knew, liked, hung out with, and they are going to become our enemy. And I say enemy, and I'm going to repeat it probably 1,000 times before this video is over, because, guys, the CDC right now and WHO are putting commercials out there where they don't want you to hang out with people who are not vaccinated. Well, if you're vaccinated, what does it fucking matter? And if your friend's not vaccinated, they don't want you to hang out with your friend till your friend's vaccinated. What if your friend doesn't want to get vaccinated? You're going to hold that against them? Right? I'm going to still hang out with people who are vaccinated. I'm going to still hang out with people who are not vaccinated because I don't give a shit. I'm not worried about COVID. COVID's not a thing for me. It's probably a thing for other people, but not for me. People are choosing sides against one another. People are definitely choosing sides over the vaccine argument, whether to take it or not, and wearing a mask. You've seen people argue about that. Again, here in New York City, you don't have a mask on, you're looked at as a bit of a weirdo. I'll be a motherfucking weirdo. I'm looked at all the time. People will absolutely go 6 feet is the distance you're supposed to stay away from somebody. They will legitimately walk 20 to 30 feet away from you just to go around you. And while they're walking past you, they're putting their mask on. So if you see them down the block, they don't have their mask. You know, they're walking there, they're looking at their phone, they look and see you, they go, oh, shit. And they put their mask up, and then they proceed to walk like anywhere between 6 to fucking 100 feet away from you, around. This is the city I live in now, guys. The city of fucking cowards. That being said, talking about cowards, the fucking doorman who closed the door on the lady getting beat up by that dude, they fired him. Here's a kick in the dick with this whole situation. And the guy, yes, was a coward. But listen, cowards are not always going to do shit. And we live in a city of cowards anyway. But cowards are not always going to act. But this coward happened to be an old fucking man. What was that old man going to do? Jump in there and get his ass handed to him by this dude too? So that he's beating up the lady and the doorman? So they could both get their asses handed to them? And the guy got fired for not doing something, but keep in mind that wasn't part of his job description. Me, on the other hand, I'm walking down the street and I see this lady getting her ass handed to her, I'm jumping in. Just because it's the right thing to do. But not everybody's going to do the right thing. But again, because I live in a city of cowards, this is what you get. You get this kind of reaction. You get people now yelling for the guy to get fired. Right? You get people yelling at you to put your mask on. You get people walking away from you fucking 10 feet, 12, 13, 100 feet away. Some people will cross the street if they see you don't have a mask on. And people analyze. They look at me. I have nothing on. I don't have a bandana near my face. I don't have anything in my hand. Nothing. And they'll analyze it, and they'll go around and across the street. Guys, nation of cowards, or city of cowards, sorry. Right? So With that being said, guys, the enemy factor is there. These people are just looking to rat you out in the supermarket, for example. When I got in an argument with a lady because I took my mask off just to lick my fingers to separate the bags. And the lady was like, why don't you put your mask up? And I was like, why don't you shut the fuck up, right? So, and I went to 0 to 60 because I don't have any fucking patience for that bullshit. But this is the problem with the city I live in. People are going to start to think that they're doing the right thing by telling other people what to do. Oh, you should put your mask on. Whoa, you should get vaccinated. Why are you not getting vaccinated? Oh, well, you know what? You're not doing your part. You're not part of the problem. You're part of the problem, not part of the solution. You're going to hear that bullshit pop up more. Guys, the city or cities, Democratic cities mainly, this is going to start happening. Your friends are going to turn against you. Your family's probably going to turn against you. Hell, we have families and friends break up because of the fucking Trump election. This is an entirely different ballgame. People are also blaming non-vaxxers, me, moi, this guy, right? And people like myself for not helping out open America faster by getting vaccinated. Because according to them, the more people get vaccinated, the quicker we can open up. Or you move to Texas and Florida where shit's already opened up already because they have balls and they don't care. And people are going to get vaccinated or they're not. Simple. But you have people starting the conversation that, well, America's not opening up fast enough because these anti-vaxxers don't want to do their part. Motherfucker, I did my part. I social distanced, I washed hands, I wore a mask when I didn't want to. I did my part. I'm not going to fall into the whole Hitler-esque scheme of do your part, serve your country, do your part. That's brainwashing shit, guys. That is brainwashing shit. Now, social distance, to be honest, I rarely did it. Wearing a mask, I did it if I had to. Wash my hands, pretty much never. And I'm not taking a vaccine. So they can eat my dick on that one. So the part is, guys, do your part, do our part. We're doing our part, do your part. I saw a fucking commercial. Wash your hands, social distance, and get vaccinated when it's your turn. This is where we are. Vaccination commercials every chance we get. News clippings, news segments on TV, how many people getting vaccinated. I can care less if 7 million people got vaccinated or 2 people got vaccinated. I don't give a fuck. But they beat that drum every day because it's part of the brainwashing technique to get you to feel like you're being left out. Man, I'm the only one who's not vaccinated. I feel left out and left behind. I am going to now get vaccinated because I don't want to be the only one out. There are people being vaccinated so they could brag about it. There are people being vaccinated because the first thing out of their mouth, like fucking vegans and CrossFitters, I'm vaccinated. I'm doing my part. They won't shut the fuck up about it. They will not shut the fuck up about it. I was vaccinated. I got vaccinated this day. The second vaccination, man, whoo, made me woozy. Well, woozy because you're a woozy bitch. That's not the point. Point is, if you're going to get vaccinated, great. If you're going to get vaccinated, don't have anybody else feel bad about it. Now, yes, I do make those who get vaccinated feel bad because, well, I think you're just an idiot for getting vaccinated with something that you don't know what's in it, that you don't know how it works, if it's going to work. You're getting vaccinated because you're believing the word of the fucking political monkeys. That's probably why I go after, not probably, that's why I go after people. Because we are now all of a sudden believing fucking politicians. We're believing a doctor named Fauci who fucked up the whole AIDS epidemic. We're believing Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and all these people that had lawsuits and shit that caused either medical injuries or vaccine injuries or medication injuries to people. Now all of a sudden we're supposed to believe them. These are the people we're believing, the constant liars, backstabbing, and thieves. So we jump online and get a fucking vaccine because they told us it was okay in less than 6 months. We can't be that stupid, but people are being that stupid. I will take my chances with something that gives me 99% survival. COVID will give me a 99.97% chance of survival, guys. I am not vaccinating against something like that. If there was another disease roaming around out there that's a lot stronger with a 30% survival rate, absolutely I'm gonna fucking take the vaccine. Obviously I'm not gonna take the vaccine if it's that quick though. I'd probably take my chances doing what I'm doing. But I would entertain it. I'd entertain it a lot more than this one. Guys, You can't be that stupid. Now, again, if your job is forcing you to take the vaccine, that's a different ballgame altogether. I cannot argue with that. I will never argue with that because some people have to take it to keep their jobs. But guys, keep this in mind. Please keep this in mind. The vaccine is for emergency use only. It has not been fully granted by the FDA. Right? So if it's not fully granted, it's emergency use only. Your jobs and schools cannot force you or mandate you to take something that's only for emergency use. It can only be mandated once it is fully authorized. Fully authorized, then it can be mandated. But it cannot be mandated on just emergency use. A lot of lawyers can't fight this. You have to know those rules though, guys. You have to look into this shit. I learned about that the other day. I was a little surprised myself. I'm like, no shit. Looked into it further. Absolutely. Schools, federal jobs cannot force it upon you. Even city jobs can't. And city jobs can't force it upon you as an adult. I think there's a clause in some shit, but I'm not entirely sure. But they can't even force it upon you because it's emergency use only. And emergency use is for that. It's not to mandate you to take it. It's so if you want to take it. Why do you think they're offering donuts and fucking gift cards? Right? They're trying to get you to take it because it's not a mandatory. Can't be until it's fully recognized, until it's fully authorized. It is not fully authorized. It's only emergency use. So those of you that have a job that's going to mandate you to take it, you can hit them with that and then hit them with a lawsuit. I'm just saying, guys, look into it a little more. Obviously, guys, you're going to see a shift in your friendships. You're going to see a shift with your co-workers. You're going to see a shift in family members. You're going to see a shift in these people over time. In the next couple months, a year or two, you're going to see these people act weird with you, act funny. No, it's not the COVID vaccine killing them. It's just they're going to start being, whoa, you didn't want to do your part. You didn't want to help out American society. Because people feel like heroes by getting this injection, guys, by the way. All of a sudden, everybody feels like they're fucking a war hero for taking a fucking vaccine. That bullshit's starting to annoy me. I saw a couple people with that attitude. I wanted to smack the shit out of them. Because you're not a fucking war hero. You're a fucking monkey that took a shot. That's all you were. All right? Anyway, guys, be careful. Notice this division going on. If you start to see the division, try to mend it before it gets worse. But if they want nothing to do with you because you're not vaccinated, guess what, guys? You're on an island by yourself. Or we can all be on an island with each other by ourselves. Whatever. You get my point. My point is there's some shit that's going to start happening behind this. Friendships are going to be tested. Family members are going to be tested. Co-workers, fuck them. You could take them or leave them, right? But that's going to be tested as well. All right, guys, so this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me as The Angry Prepper on The Angry Prepper channel as The Angry Prepper, if that made sense. You can also follow me on Instagram as The Angry Truth and Instagram and Facebook as The Angry Prepper. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching.